Hi everyone, it's Lisa here. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it is not your first time, welcome back. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Go ahead and hit the subscription button as well as the notification button that should be somewhere around here on the screen. So let's get into it. I recently completed a challenge. I challenged myself to 31 days of rejoicing for breakfast through movement, and I just wanted to use this space to reflect on what that was like. So if you're interested in hearing, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the songs as well too. Stick around. Hey everyone, so yes, I started this journey, and I decided that I wanted to record it and just share just real, raw, unfiltered worship with those who follow me. And when I started this journey, I was in a place where I really just want to say thank the Lord, because I was in a place where right before I made the commitment, or right after I made the commitment to move in this place of rejoicing, a few things happened that it really tempted me to let go of my joy. It really made me want to say, oh no, it's not finna be no joy, it's finna be anger out here, out here, out here, right? So I just want to thank the Lord, because He had this forethought. Of course, He knows the beginning from the end of what my life would be between those times. He knew, and to prepare me to war against everything that would oppose me for those 31 days, He gave me instructions beforehand. He's like, hey, do this challenge. I want to challenge you. Rejoice. As soon as you wake up, the first thing you do, rejoice. Before you do anything else before me, rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And so as soon as I made the commitment, then I realized, and I chose the date, because you have to be intentional when you're making a commitment. So I said I would start this day, it would end on my birthday. I went ahead and did that. Now, like I said, all hell broke loose. Well, not all hell, but I think things that were directly connected or linked or launch with the intention of snatching away my joy began to happen. Like when the evil started happening and the plots and the schemes started unraveling, the first thing that the enemy tried to do was to take my joy. And the Lord, he gave me such clear instructions. And then even everywhere I went, every little thing I listened to, every person just was like, rejoice, rejoice, dance, dance. And I'm like, these people don't even know about dance. I'm the dancer. I study dance. I know the spiritual implications of dance. I know the physical, the psychosocial implications of dance. These people don't know that. Yet they're saying dance, dance, rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. People that don't know anything, people that don't even dance, are basically like, yo, dance, dance, dance on your floor of disappointment. Rejoice in the Lord. This is a season of rejoicing. You will rejoice in this war. And so I'm thankful to the Lord that not only He gave me that insight before, but He backed it up with confirmation from very specific people in my life. And so while I went through, and while I was supposed to literally be sad in those 31 days because of what was going on and what I was aware of, I was happy. I was genuinely happy. I wasn't putting on a fake. Maybe the saddest times it were in the morning when I crawled out of bed. And if you look at some of the videos, you can see struggle on my face. Those were the saddest moments of my day. But once I chose to enter into joy, that joy carried me through until the next day and the next day and the next day. And the interesting thing is about God. And I hear people say this all the time: when God tells you to do something, obey Him, just do it. Because you really don't know. You might think you know what His intentions are, but you may not necessarily know. And when He told me to do that, I thought, for quite a few years, the Lord has been saying, joy, 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 joy is your portion. So I thought He wanted me to do that. And then I also had some things that I wanted to do with my dance studio. And I thought this was a great way to kind of like engage those who are following me. But what the Lord wanted to do was not only for me to engage in joy for the season that I was in, very specific season, which I won't even get into, that I was in and that I'm in now and that I'll continue to be in. he wanted me to enter into that, not only for joy, but also there were other deposits, there were other downloads while I was, dedicating those first few minutes of my day to him in worship. There were other things that I needed, I didn't even know that I needed, that he downloaded to me. And when I say God is good, Dios ha sido bueno, he has been good. He has been good. Like, he really knew what he was doing. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about just a few of the songs, not all of the songs, but day one I did Joy. I really was not feeling it. Nothing crazy happened in life yet, but I did this song because it's Joy. The name of the song is Joy. And I already knew what the Lord wanted from me. So I was like, let me start with this. And my physical body was not into it, but my spirit man was willing. And so from there, we just took it up. Then we went on to This Is the Day. I like This Is the Day because it was a song that commanded my morning, it commanded my day. It told my day what it was gonna do, what it was not gonna do. So that's why I did This Is the Day, classic throwback by Fred Hammond, yeah. Then I did Hosanna, Lord of the Harvest. Now, Lord of the Harvest, I remember when I did that, I was in a service and literally, this is, oh, God is so good. So Lord has also been continuing to deal with me on not depending on other people. Like, I find that when I depend on other people and I lean on other people as a crutch for encouragement and things like that, that they often disappoint me. They're not my God. And even though I don't treat them like my God, depending on them and them being disappointed is a painful thing for me. And so in this day when I woke up to do Lord of the Harvest, I remember thinking, oh, I'm going to go somewhere for encouragement. I'll do this later. And the Lord was like, no, you're not going to lean on and wait on for encouragement and food and refreshing from anybody else. You're going to get it directly from me, directly from your source. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do it, because every time I try to lean on somebody else, they disappoint them out of me, okay? So I woke up and I did Lord of the Harvest that day. And I remember when I went into the service that I went into, that the word was about harvest. The entire word was about harvest. That's all I gotta say. And I remember that day very specifically. Then I did Great Are You, Lord. There's something about that song. I don't know. Once I'm moving in it, it gets me. And then You Are Good. Now, You Are Good was really special for me because that song started to play in my spirit the day before. And I'm not sure if it was on my original list of songs to do, but it was playing in my dreams. I kept hearing her say, you are good, and I woke up and I just jumped and I thrust into the song. And from the moment I started to move, I felt heaven in the room. And you can probably feel it when you watch that video, but that was such a beautiful, I just wanted to stay there. I didn't want to go to work. And in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 days, I didn't even want to do the other songs. I just wanted to do You Are Good. I just wanted to sit in that revelation, that understanding, because heaven literally came into the room with that song. It was so good. So good. You Made a Way. The Lord pushed me into another dimension of even my movement that I haven't been moving in for a while, which is the use of my metastasis. Yeah. Pushed me into that, and it definitely pushed me into a place of verbal intercession as well. Then I did All I Need to Know by Samuel Medas. I think that morning I was not as happy as I wanted to be. And so what I did, I thought about a song that no matter what, I just get excited and it's a whole situation. And All I Need to Know by Samuel Medas does that for me. And so of course, once I started playing that, my whole mood shifted. So I did that. Then I moved. Then the next day, day 10, I did Tisha Lock by Eddie James. That song again pulled me into a different dimension that I'm accustomed to, which is I whipped out my flags. Now, when I started this 31 day of rejoicing, I didn't think about flags. I just was thinking about my body and moving my body so I can enter into joy. But when I woke up, I played the song, and as soon as I played the song, as soon as I went for the song, the Lord said get wrapped up. So I grabbed the flags right away and I just started to move. And that was just beautiful. It's beautiful to do, and it's beautiful for me to see myself doing. And the song did what it said. It refreshed me while I was moving, and I hope it refreshes you as well. I know who I am. I don't talk about that song because that's another situation. I won't talk too much about that. Let It Rise. William Murphy. So I can tell by the song choices that I'm choosing that at this point something was going on and I needed to really just let my praise rise and come forth. And I remember being very tired physically by day 13, Let It Rise. Like I was just like, okay, just let it come out of me. Let it come out. Let me come out. Day 15, Almighty Ones, At All Times. There was really a lot of joy that oozed out of me once At All Times came out. I was singing it all day. I was singing it. I was coming back home. I was singing it. I came back home. I turned it on again. I was singing it. So At All Times was another song that stuck with me throughout the remainder of the week, actually. And there were some interesting things. I feel like around day 16, 15, and 16, some things happened for me that, again, another layer of attack from the adversary tried to snatch away my joy. And day 16, At All Times, really helped me uphold my joy in that moment. I was sad, I was distraught, but there were streams of joy that upheld me and kept me in a place where I can think straight, kept me in that sound mind, right? The more I seek you, every praise is to our God. I won't even get into that. Healer, I Will Rejoice by William Murphy and Nicole Binion. This is another song that the Lord had in my heart for days and days and days. And when I woke up, I was really just engulfed in just rejoicing, making a declaration, commanding my soul to rejoice, telling my soul what it was going to do, right? Yeah, so Praise by Elevation. I don't even know when that song came out, but I kept hearing it on social media, on Instagram, and every time I heard it, it made me want to, so I knew I had to get it. So I went on Instagram, found out the name of the song, who sang it, and played it. And I was just like, okay, God, just come in the room. I'm going to praise you, halal. I'm going to halal you with this. This is going to be a halal praise. And that was good. And that song stayed with me a few times throughout the day. Yeah. Then we did Worthy, another song that was repeatedly with me. Deep Cries Out to Deep. Another joy song that was good. I Will Rise by Chris Tomlin. Let Praises Rise. Again, this was a day where I was just like, oh, how is it gonna rise? So I chose that song because I was like, at that point it wasn't me. I was just saying, just let it rise. It was just a command. Then Atmosphere Shift was something that I woke up that morning and the Lord was like, yeah, he was like, you're gonna do it. What I kept hearing when I woke up was the beginning of the song. Something about you alone are God. So how does it go? You are our heart's one desire. No. Is it? Oh, there is only one God. There is only one God. That's what I woke up hearing, so I had to go figure out what song that was from. And then I moved to that. And then I moved into Atmosphere Shift. Then we did Forever You're Faithful. Can't remember what I was doing. Or who was speaking. Somebody was speaking or sharing in a sermon or something. And I kept hearing that song because they kept saying forever God is faithful and da-da-da. I was like, oh, that's Chris Tomlin that's Matthew W. Smith. They both sang the song, but forever God is faithful. Then, of course, the song that I've been wanting to do from the beginning, Rejoice in the Lord by Israel and New Breed. finally came up. I mean, I think this was the song that I was like, okay, we're gonna start off with this because it's like rejoicing. That's like the staple song, at least for my generation, that you would sing. Then I wanted to do a Caribbean song. Now this Caribbean song because I was like, I like the fact that I did Samuel Medas. Maybe I should do like another Caribbean song that I really love, that really gets me up and going. Because can I tell y'all, by day 20 something, by day 21, my storage was acting funny. I couldn't even record. Like it was a whole situation. And then I was just drained and tired. So pushing through to day 31 was pretty difficult. So I was like, okay, Lord, what else can I use to really that's gonna get me moving regardless of how I feel or like what's going on. And there were two soca songs, Caribbean soca songs that I loved. One of them is Things Already Better. Things already better. Things already better. For the Lord is on our side. Things already better. Things already better. Things already better. No matter how everybody look shy. Can't remember the words right now. But I can tell you one thing. I know the words verbatim because when I first discovered that song, it was a whole situation in my house, in my neighborhood, with my Bose speaker, in the swimming pool, in the backyard. That's all I'm going to say about that. But even that song also, because it was a song that I wanted to really stir up joy, there's a joy flag, a swing flag that I bought many years ago when I first started flagging, and I got so serious about my flagging. I was like, I'm not using that flag. I just be good with it. And the Lord was like, go get that flag. Because I remember when I prayed over that flag, I said, Lord, whenever I raise that flag, joy is going to be released in the atmosphere. And I believe that that's still on that song. But anyway, I went and I grabbed it, and the whole song, I just had fun. It was like childlike worship, which is what God wants, it's what he wants. He desires for us. He desires for us to come to him with a childlike heart. And I feel like with that song, it pulled out that, first of all, the dimension of flagging that I'm always like pushing to the side. And also he used it to stir up the thing that I needed. So he's really he got more love for them flags than me. Okay? Yeah, so I do things already. And the last day, I woke up on my birthday, October 6th, to declare, for every mountain you brought me over. On my birthday, I woke up and I sang that song. And that was my declaration, because it really is a perfect birthday song, because from birth to now, there's been a lot of things that have transpired, and even leading up to my birthday, which the Lord had already told me since way back when, that my birthday, there was something around my birthday that was going on, and that the Lord had already showed that to me. And so I was very intentional about celebrating my birthday, celebrating my life, celebrating myself, because the Lord had already given me some insight about my birthday this year. And so I'm really thankful to the Lord for that. I'm thankful that he graced me to enjoy my birthday. I had a wonderful birthday. I went to work. I went to the job that he provided for me, the job that the enemy said that I would never have. The job that the enemy tried to sabotage me in, dangle in my face, and then tell me that I would never have it, right? So I went to work on my birthday, which is typically not something that I do. And then I came home and I went out and I celebrated. And then the next day I celebrated some more. And then the day after that I celebrated. And then throughout that next week I celebrated, because my life is worth living. Like, no matter what I was going through or whatever I felt leading up to my birthday, my life is beautiful and it's worth living and it's worth celebrating. And that's what I did. I celebrated it. And the Lord, I did all the things that I love to do: dress up, melt my lace, beat my face, okay, eat. I did it all, take pictures, and that's really what makes my day, okay? So I'm thankful for the Lord, and I can only express this joy because the Lord was able to give me instruction beforehand, and I'll obey those instructions without having any understanding of what they meant and what they implied for my future. And so I'm really just grateful to the Lord, and I just want to encourage anyone that if you have instruction from the Lord and you don't understand it, just go ahead and move in it, and I promise you that in the middle of it, you will receive revelation, right? You'll receive revelation. When you obey, you're making yourself a friend of God. When you make yourself a friend of God, He reveals, He gives you His secrets, He tells you what's going on. So I would say that to you, to obey God, and two, I would say rejoice in all things. Rejoice, even in the midst of war. Rejoice, because there is your strength for the battle. I couldn't have, there were some things that started to happen in my life in the middle of this commitment that I made to rejoice, that if I was not rejoicing, if I forfeited my commitment, I would have fell and I would have been a soldier down. I promise you, if I did not make this commitment, it would have been man down, and I would have been waving a white flag. But I thank the Lord that I committed, and in the midst of the war, I realized that why God asked me to make this commitment, and I stuck to the commitment. And I'm better for it. I'm better for it. So obey God, rejoice. There was one more thing that I wanted to say. I think that's it. Obey God and rejoice. And move. That's another thing. Sometimes just start moving. When you feel sad, just start moving. Just make your body praise God. Okay? Thank you for being on this journey with me. Go ahead and ask any questions you have in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Stay connected for some more dance-related content.